Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Uncork with T. I'm T. This is my guest, Tara Vargas Wallace. So let's get into it. Tara is the CEO and founder of Amplify Cape. She is a graduate of the Cape Leadership Institute. She sits on numerous amount of boards and committees. My girl is busy. Okay, she gets busy, she stays busy, and she continues to support her community while doing it. So today we're going to talk about inner strength and mental health and mental wealth. So good evening, Tara. What's up, girl?
Hey, girl. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
I have missed you so.
Oh my God.
I gotta grab my glass of wine.
Yes. What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Melbeck. Yeah. And I'll show you the bottle after you show me yours.
Okay.
I'll show you yours if you show me mine. Whatever, however that goes.
So I got this bottle, and I try to get bottles with my guests in mind. And this one reminded me so much of Tara because it's so simple and so cool. So it's just the bricks reminded me of your Bronx roots.
Hey,
and the bottle is just simple and cool.
Yeah,
oh, it was the last
one. I love it.
Yes,
Brick City, baby.
Yes,
well, it's not Brick City, but yeah. Thank you. Want to see mine?
Yes, I want to see yours.
Okay, so I just love. It's called Intrinsic, but I which is a cool name. Yeah. But I love the art on it. I don't know if you can see.
That is so cool.
Isn't that dope? I was like, wow. To be honest with you, I bought it just for the bottle.
Right? I do that too.
And then it ended up tasting good, so I bought another one. So, what's up?
What's up, y'all? So like I said, we're going to talk about inner strength, right? We're going to have like a cool ass conversation. And if you have any questions for myself or Tara, feel free to put them questions in the comments. If you have any comments you want to make, feel free to throw that shit in the comments. Okay. This is nighttime. So if you're watching with your kids, I suggest that you don't, because we cuss around this bitch. Just so you know. So I want to start with inner strength and inner voice. So my inner voice is like a JV high school football coach that just wants me to catch the ball. Like, come on, you can do it. I've seen you do it in practice. You can do it in the game. Just stay focused, push forward. You know, just constantly trying to push me forward with positive sayings. My inner voice used to sound like Cruella DeVille, just nasty. Nasty. But I learned how to break out of that. So
hilarious.
What does your voice like sound like?
My inner voice act is me, but it's like I don't know, it's like me pushing myself the same way that your inner voice pushes you. It's very motivational and and just I'm always telling myself, positive affirmations, and words have such power,
Yes.
And it's especially true with your thoughts. They're so it's so important to make sure that you are speaking positive thoughts to yourself and that you stop that negative shit out. Anytime a negative thought comes into my mind, I tell myself to cut that shit out, like literally. Right. It's so important that you're speaking life into yourself, because our worst enemy is our mind, right? So it's just so important that we take care of ourselves and that we're gentle on ourselves. And I think it's like life or death when it comes to that, especially with mental health,
right? So like when you sometimes my inner coach would get a little bit ridiculous. Like, listen, I've been teaching you this shit for 6 months. I'm gonna need you to get it. You got to get this shit, So like, if things get kind of rough or whatever, how do you bring yourself back down? Like, be nice to yourself. Chill the fuck out.
I literally say that. What you just said, I do. For me though, I think I've always had like a very positive disposition, like an outlook. And even when I was homeless and going through shit as a child, and like I've always had like the thought of this is temporary, this is not going to last. So just staying in that mind frame has literally been a lifesaver for me. It's really helped with being able to push myself and keep going.
Word. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sunny Fellman said, I'm in that process right now, breaking out of the negative self-talk and being my biggest cheerleader and gentle with myself. Hell yes, Sunny. Yes.
Yes, girl.
Yes. Speak
And
that
Sunny,
shit into fruition.
her name fits her, doesn't it? Sunny.
It really does.
She has like that sunny disposition. So definitely, I hear that.
Right. All right. So, I was reading today, and it came from. I wrote down where it came from. The source, because I don't want to be like saying shit all crazy. I do sometimes though, but just stop.
Oh, good.
It came from an article about like medicine from doctors who went to school for a very long time to talk about this shit. And they said that the opposite of an empath is a narcissist. And I was like,
really? Wow.
Crazy. Like, I think I'm a narcissist. Like, I feel things like on a deep fucking level, and I can like feel other people's emotions, and that helps me like, you know, just navigate through fucking world and shit like that. Do you think you're empath or narcissist?
For sure. I've always been so sensitive. I was that kid. I remember one time I was probably like 8 years old. I was watching a commercial on TV, and it was about orphans. And I could not sleep that night. Like, all I kept thinking about was all the homeless orphans in the world. And my mom was like beside herself. And it's crazy because that conversation led to adoption, which led to me finding out that I had a brother out there that my mother had bravely chose to give away to give him a better life. So, like, I mean, it led to a whole nother conversation that I was expecting to lead to, but yeah, I was always sensitive as a kid. Always like felt the weight of the world on my shoulders, and yeah, and I knew that about you. I think that's why we connected on such a quick, you know, level, because I felt that when I met you.
Right.
For
so,
sure.
like, okay, full disclosure, I may have stalked you a little bit, but only because I saw you like out in the community, like always doing shit. Like, I was always going to like community meetings and shit like that, because if I'm going to live in a community and there are going to be decisions made about my life, I want to fucking be there. Okay. I want to know what decisions are being made. So I saw you at all these meetings. I was like, that girl is so fly. Like, we should hang out. We should be friends. I want to be her friend.
You're so sweet. And you know, I felt that. And I saw that. And I stalked you, matter of fact, because I saw Elisa from Hack, who I love and adore.
Yeah, she's awesome.
When she was on TED Talk. And so that was the first time I saw you, and I was like, that chick is dope. And so then I went to your Facebook page. So yeah, I stalked you too. I was like, she's so cool.
We're stalking buddies.
We are. We crazy?
We crazy? But like in the fun way.
Yeah. No, it's a compliment for sure. Yeah. It's a compliment.
So, Michelle Clark said, same. When I'm in the grip of anxiety, I'll say out loud to myself, calm the fuck down. Hopefully not too many people hear me say it. Girl, say it as much as you need to. I love Michelle.
Okay? She's so real. That is so true.
Word. Let that shit
I can relate
out.
to that.
You know, now I think about it. Sometimes like I'll be walking around my house like monologuing about like my current like mental health. Like, listen, bitch, we don't have time for this shit. All right? We have stuff to do. Put that negativity shit behind. Like, you know what you're doing. Trust yourself. You ever do that?
Been there, done that all the time. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. That's the way I live my life. That's how I get through every single day.
Like, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
Don't have time for this shit.
Ain't got no time for that. No. Keep it moving. Keep pushing.
Right? Keep pushing. Speaking of keep pushing, let's talk about depression. I said that mad happy. Hold up. Speaking of keep
this is serious. Yeah.
Let's talk about depression. So I've dealt with depression and thoughts of suicide since like high school. And I've been in therapy for a very long time, in and out of therapy. But being in therapy has given me like a tool bag of like the things I need to calm myself down and, you know, help myself get through the moment, you know, and if I need help, I know to reach out to people. I've reached out to you before, you know, for help with my mental health, and you are always there for me. Appreciate that. So, how do you have depression? Do you deal with bouts of depression? And if so, like, how do you navigate that shit?
Yeah, definitely. I've always had depression, and I think and anxiety, and I think that that's something that um I feel like I've always had like this sadness in me. And I have learned over the years, especially like when I was approaching last year was rough, right? I mean, 2020 was rough for everybody. Last
Listen.
year was rough. I mean, I dealt with a lot of, deaths and my grandmother died, and I had a lot of people that I knew and loved and cared for that passed away, and was going through some personal inner changes, and a lot of like mm, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to say this without saying too much, but just a lot of life altering decision making. And I had a few dark nights of the soul, like just really dark nights. And honestly, like Amplify was my saving grace. It gave me purpose, and at a time when I was just feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders, and felt like if I wasn't able to do something about it, I was gonna drown, So I think community service has always been a savior for me. Always it's always made me feel like helping others with their pain has always been healing and nurturing for me. And that and my kids, and I surround myself around beautiful, empowering women, strong women. I think that's so important, and definitely finding my tribe. Last year I really found my tribe. Like I thought I had my tribe. Last year was right. It was such a eye-opening year in terms of everything. The pandemic, racial unrest, all the personal shit that was going on in my life. And I was able to really I had some really deep dark nights, but I feel like I was able to really find myself and know who I am and find that knowing within myself and what my purpose was. And so it was hard, but it was much needed and necessary in order for me to level up, and make it to that next stage in my life. We got to go through shit sometimes. I mean, that's how you got to be able to experience that pain and that struggle, in order to be able to really make a difference and make an impact in your life, in the life of your kids, your family, whatever your situation is, your community. Otherwise, what are we really doing?
Hello there, friends. Thank you for listening to part one of my conversation with Tara Vargas Wallace. Uncorked with Tea is live streaming on my Facebook at Tamora Israel Artist page every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stick around for part two.